game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. This is Melvin Gordon, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Eddie Jackson.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
That's a pretty darn good start to this season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bears take over.
First and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Not much there, only a yard.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Fielded at about the 28. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simple.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Tariq Cohen, the ball.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he completes it to Cohen. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes. And
into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage.
It got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flushed out right. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And 22 more yards there and another first down. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
At 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check. Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Switch.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Juszczyk.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
San Francisco.
Back to throw now on first down. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
49er first down.
They'll look to throw again. Open man is Samuel, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Point after.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They'll roll him out right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A throw over the middle taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw again. The screen pass here to Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
Lets this one rip to him. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
They try again with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Niners 21. Bears 14. Albrecht Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of
16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
San Francisco.
Throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 63 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
The coverage.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. First by him near the 35. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Begin. Check 15, check 15.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive moving forward.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
At the 19-yard line.
Back to throw here. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
This one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. It's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
4th down.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They've done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28.
28 all.
So So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Melvin Gordon, 75 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown.
Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown of the night. And the Niners take advantage of field position.